Hi everybody, it's AfroMonkey, and I am once again in my Sky Factory world. In the last episode, I built this here ME assembler, and I was a little bit disappointed at the end of the episode because it wasn't functioning exactly how I thought it should be. And it turns out that was totally my fault because I totally forgot about this, which is the view of the inventory of the ME network. In its current state, it displays anything that's stored in the ME network as well as stuff that's crafted. If you do that, it only shows the stuff that is stored in the ME network. But if you go here, it shows you all the things you can craft, whether you have some in your inventory or not. And as you can see, I've added a lot of patterns to the ME network to craft various things. Yeah, so that was, just complete me not remembering that this view button existed. I've also added some other stuff to this thing. Using the ME interfaces, I've attached these machines, which is very, very neat. Each of these ME interfaces has more patterns to create certain items. In this case, items that need to be smelted, cooked, whatever. So essentially the ME network feeds the items into the redstone furnace. Redstone furnace cooks the stuff and spits them back out into the interface to go back into the network. Also have a pulverizer and an alloy smelter hooked up, same premise. The interface doesn't care what's attached to it, so let me grab one of the patterns from here and load it into the pattern encoder thing. Put it there. So when you're creating patterns for a smelter, you tell it what to feed into the smelter and what you're going to get out of it, which, since this is not like an auto crafting thing, you actually have to have both items to craft this. But basically, by encoding this pattern, the ME interface doesn't know what it's attached to. Is this one? Yeah. So basically, it just feeds the materials for whatever you put in these into whatever machine it's hooked up to, in this case a redstone furnace, and it expects back whatever you tell the ME interface that the return will be. That means you have to be very careful when crafting recipes for these. You have to make sure that you craft it correctly, or you won't get anything back, and the ME network will just be confused when it's trying to assemble something. Because if it never gets what it expects back, it just continues waiting until it gets what it's expecting. Yeah, that makes sense. I also made another ME drive. No real reason other than to do this next thing, which where's my book? There it is. Achievement book. Let's go back. Power from paint. Got all those. It's in here somewhere. Ah, there it is. No, that's not it. Ah, there it is. Use a AE assembler to autocraft a 64K storage drive, which I'm not just gonna craft one, I'm gonna craft 5. I'm going to leave that last slot open because I have something else special planned for that spot. Let's go to this, scroll down until we find it. Is that it? Yes. So, we're going to craft 5 of those. Now, this is going to take a while for one thing. So this might not be done by the time we end the episode. but it's basically going through and crafting all the items that it needs to make these 64K storage drives. Some of the items that it needs requires smelting, so in this case it's going ahead and loading those items into the redstone furnaces, cooking them, and then using them to continue going on with the recipe. In some cases it will require pulverizing or grinding, in which case it'll do that. And I don't think for this recipe any alloys need to be smelted, but if it did, it would just go ahead and do that if I have the proper recipe loaded into the ME network. I'm also, while that's going to craft something the old-fashioned way. I need a partition editor, and that's for that special drive that I was talking about I was going to add. So let's see, I need one of the conversion matrices in order to make that work. Craft that. Now the problem is, in addition to me needing the conversion matrices, this needs conversion matrices, so it might snag one before I can use it. There we go. So let's craft that. This actually doesn't need to be connected to the ME network. I don't even think it needs to be powered. I'm gonna go ahead and put it down right there anyway. So I have no idea how this works. So this should be interesting. Let me clear that before I randomly craft something. So I crafted a 16 meg storage unit, or storage drive, which has, as you can see, a lot of storage. It still has the same limitation on the types of items, but a lot more bytes to work with. I want to configure this so that it only stores cobble, and okay, and I'm assuming listed items is what I put in here. Let's grab some cobble from our inventory. Now, one of the problems that I'm going to run into is, okay, so yes, it should only store cobble now. So let's format that. Put that here, and we'll put it in the very last slot. Well, let's see if this is working. There's a much better way to store cobble. In your ME net, or not in your ME network, but in a way that's accessible by your ME network. So that's not storing anything. I don't think I did that right. So match any, accept only items listed. Match precision instead of fuzzy. think that just clears what I had in there. So we'll call it cobble. Let's form it again. Alright. So now let's try adding some cobble to the network. Oh, as I was saying, there's a much better way to do this, and I will be exploring that in the future, but I got so excited about having the ME assembler that I created one of these. It's still not working. What am I doing wrong? Oh. There's already cobble in the network, and it probably is still just going to whatever drive already has cobble in it. Which, unfortunately, I don't know which drive has a cobble in it. This is an interesting predicament I'm in. In theory, this should be storing all cobble in this one storage drive because that's what I partitioned it to do, but since there's already cobble in the network, it just defaults to going to wherever it already is. I haven't really figured out how I can fix that. Oh wait. I don't remember the exact name of it. Here we go. ME IO port. So let's try. Oh lord. That's just the drives. So I don't have nearly enough for that. Let's go back here. I need 2 ME drives. One of those. So and I know crafting of 64K storage drives takes a lot of these, so I probably will not be able to grab it before. Oh, I was wrong. I also need some glass, which currently there's only 1. Let's craft 3 more. Unfortunately, oh, I wouldn't see. Okay. Unfortunately, in crafting stuff manually, like I am, I'm fighting against this, the assembler that's already auto-crafting the drives, which is already crafted 1 of them. So, good. Now I've forgotten what else I need. 2 drives, a cable, which I have plenty of that, I think. Iron. So everything else I should have. It's just the ME drives there. Oh lord. So let's go back over here, find basic processors, craft 2 more. Wait, 1 more. Actually, because I'm stupid. Alright. So I need 1 more of those. Now I think with the I/O port, I can load the drive that I've already partitioned to only store cobble, into the IO port, which is connected to the ME network, and I believe it will pull all cobble out of the network and put it into that particular drive. Then I can take the drive out of the IO port, put it back into the ME drive, and it should store cobble from then on. If I'm correct, which there's only like a 25% chance of that happening. I did craft this. When I was talking, it probably finished it and then used it for making the 64K storage modules. Grab it while I can. Load this bad boy back in there. One piece of glass. There. Oh, one on top. Oh, another piece of glass. There we go. Alright, so add yet another thing to the ME network. I might not be able to... Oops. Let's put the IO port on the bottom and this there, because I don't know, since this usually doesn't connect to the ME network, it probably doesn't transmit over the ME network or something like that. So let's take this out, put it in here. Oh yeah, it's filling up. So it looks like it's done, so let's take this out. Put it here. So I have 133,865. So if I take this, so yes, that additional cobble that I threw into the diamond chest, which got sucked into the ME network, is now stored on this massive drive. So anytime I put cobble into the network, it'll go here. And I plan on, at least for a bit, auto feeding cobble into the ME network and storing it there, because I actually have planned ahead, and I'm going to be doing some other nifty stuff that requires a lot of cobble, but I didn't want to fill up all the other storage drives with just cobble. Let's check. Would help if I could type. So far we've only created 2 storage drives, but it's fine. I don't have to finish this, you know, within the allotted time of the episode. I just needed to show that it was done, show that I did it, so I can... Oh god, rain. I think that's a good sign for me to pull this episode to a close, but I have actually finished another item on the list. In my next episode, I plan on building a lower platform underneath this one, and moving all of my power and sifting, all of that stuff down there. I think I'm going to do the creation of gravel, sand, and dust differently. That is less noisy, because after a while this just starts getting really, really annoying. And also it's not as efficient as it needs to be because I set up all of those sifters over there because I was running low on some resources, and let me tell you, they take up a lot of dust and sand and gravel, and I pretty much gravel. I have currently anything that's being created by those 4 autonomous activators is immediately being sucked up and used for something else. Sand I'm doing okay with, but dust, yeah. And that's primarily where I get most stuff from, is from dust. So I'm going to make this a little bit more efficient. Unfortunately, the way that I plan on doing it, it's going to need more power, which is another reason why I'm moving all the power stuff downstairs, because that'll allow me to expand it. I feel like I'm talking louder to talk over the rain, and I'm not even sure if that's necessary. Like, I think I have everything set up to where my voice would be louder than the rain anyway, but whatever. If you liked the episode, click that like button, consider hitting that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.